My name is Kim Ill. I am 56 years old. I am from Highland Park, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. My childhood, I'm from the Hill District originally, and so I've lived in the Hill District all my childhood life. I am a product of the housing projects. So I lived in Elmore Square until I went to college. And my childhood consisted of life in an area that was not accepted as good, for lack of a better word. The Hill shaped me because I grew up in the 60s, and the Hill in the 60s was much different than the Hill now. There was a lot of entertainment. You know, you can go to the Crawford Grill, and there were people like Lena Horne that came into the city, and you can go downtown and everyone had white gloves on and high heel shoes and those little dresses like you see in those old movies. And so I had the opportunity to see a place that was creative. You know, it wasn't, this is before Martin Luther King riots. In 1968, the riots destroyed the Hill District. So what you see now at your age is the backlash of the riots of 1968. So my Hill District is not the Hill District you have seen. After the riots and the looting, the energy definitely died. The music changed and the people changed. The concept of life without fear. You know, if you're in an area where there's looting and burning and gun shooting and chaos, now you don't want to go outside. You don't want to interact with other people. Mothers kept children in. I was not allowed to go to Whiteside Road, which is now Memory Lane. I was not allowed to go to Ammons Pool because what had happened was now we have this influx of heroin addicts, because also the Vietnam War was going on, so there was a lot of heroin addicts. And my mother became very protective. She was a single mother. Me and my two sisters were not allowed to travel as far as we used to. So the music changed, the people changed, the Hill changed. Nowadays I think that the media tries to be fair, but unfortunately sensationalism is what people want to hear and see. And so I think that the Hill District gets a very unfair look through media as to who we are. You hear about the murders, you hear about the gang violence, and you hear about the things that, you don't hear about the little girl that won the spelling bee. You don't hear about the mother that, you know, whose daughter, you know, she spent time to sacrifice for her daughter to go to college. You know, my story in the Hill was never, you know, I've done a lot of amazing things. I know a lot of people that have done amazing things in the Hill, but the first thing that you hear is the scariness. Now, it's not that it's not true, but that's a very sad fact.